Okay, so this is a quick unboxing and review of the Hobbywing Easy Run Max 5 200 amp ESC. This particular one's going in a Traxxas X-maxx and it's been upgraded power system. I've used these before. I'm hoping to use this one as a test for one that I've got at the minute that seems to have a slight programming issue. But I'm just going to unbox it, show you what you get in the box and the things that you're going to need to be equipped with to install one of them. Now, there's a few issues last year with some counterfeit Hobbywing ESCs on the market. Now, they've got this hologramic seal on the side, and they've got this scratch off panel here. You scratch the panel off, you type the code in online, and that'll tell you whether or not you've got a genuine ESC. But when it comes to warranty on these, they need to be purchased through an authorised distributor to be able to use your warranty. So if you're buying them off selling sites, things like that, although you're buying them new, if you're not buying them through the correct chain of authorised dealers, when you actually come back to have a warranty issue on it, you won't stand anywhere with Hobbywing. They'll just charge you the full amount required to repair the ESC. So in the box, you get the actual ESC itself, which on the Max 5 you've got 8 gauge cable, so 8 American wire gauge, so it's quite a hefty cable. You have to be quite careful when it comes to fitting connectors. Things like XT90s don't fit properly on 8 gauge, they're only really designed to go up to 10 gauge cable, so I use Castle Creations 6.5 connectors. You got your ESC. One thing that's nice about these ESCs in particular is the sheer size of the lead to power the ESC, which might seem like an odd thing, but I've had ones before that are very short, obviously because this is designed more for fifth scale. Fifth scale cars are bigger, but that's quite handy. And then you've got your on off switch with your set button on for programming. They provide you with double-sided foam tape to strap it down. They provide you with the heat shrink required for putting your connectors on. And the other thing that's a nice touch, they provide you with a piece of 8 gauge cable. So if you're wiring up series connectors, which a lot of people are, so I'm going to be running 8S, I'm going to be running 2 4S batteries in series. That's quite nice to include that, saves you popping up to your local hobby store and having to purchase some. So you also get extension cables for your motors. Motors now are coming with shorter and shorter cables. You're lucky if you get more than about 40mm off a motor cable. So the bullets that they use on these ESCs are 6.5mm as well, but they fit in nice and tightly. So anything you'll need to do, you'll either need to solder that directly onto your motor cable or solder a socket onto there, so a female connector I've got here and a male connector on your motor. So also 6.5, so females, and then your male would be either is already on your motor or you might need to put them on. If you solder that directly to your motor, obviously no great issues for that, other than you might affect the warranty of your motor. You need to be careful when you're soldering on things like that. And you can also unplug from here. However, depending on your installation, it's normally easier to be able to actually unplug the motor separately. So you get 3 of them, and they are 10 gauge cable. So to give you a size comparison, there's quite a big difference, which is why you have trouble fitting this in an XT90. So that's the actual ESC out of the way. Well, waterproof, powerful cooling fan on top, loads of features like 7.4 volt BEC. You've got M3 threaded holes in the bottom. I'm not sure what the pitch is off the top of my head, but the M3 machine bolts that you get in the cars fit in there nicely, so you can actually screw that down, which is good. Yeah, just loads and loads of functions on it. That's they do seem to be quite a stand-up ESC for the money. You know, people have different opinions on things, obviously, but you've got to remember at the end of the day that, you know, I paid £129 for this in the UK. That's not a lot of money for a high-end ESC. You know, if you're really someone who's going to be fussy and thinking that this is poor or this isn't up to standard, then you're someone who needs to be spending more like £600 on an ESC. So, some instructions, which to me are completely illegible. I don't do written instructions whatsoever, but that's probably useful for those of you that do read things. I personally don't. Here's some stickers, which is good. Everybody likes stickers. And that's that. So, on top of that, like I say, you might want to pick yourself up some 6.5mm bullet connectors for the motor. Connect it up. Now, these were fairly cheap, but for some reason I found them quite hard to get hold of. So these took me about 2 weeks to actually get in the end, and I bought them from the UK as well. So it's something that's well worth thinking about if you're doing an install. Things like these, get them ordered early. I mean, these cost £5. Not a great deal of money. I've got 3 pairs, but it's things that I just happened to run out of them. I had to use, I had to adapt castle connectors to do my last one because I was waiting for these. So again, well worth having these ready in your toolbox. Okay, the other thing that I want to touch on is this programming card for the Hobbywing. Now, there's more than one option of these available. Friends of mine have purchased slightly different ones. This is the one that I've purchased. It's got an LCD display on the front. Now, I hadn't actually used this up until about 2 weeks ago. It's not my sort of thing. I'm not very good at the programming side of things or reading instructions. However, after taking some advice from somebody, plugging this in and having a play, this is pretty idiot proof. You know, a child could do this. It comes up, tells you exactly what you need to know. You plug it in live, you unplug the cable for your fan, and you plug in this cable here. So it's not going to be able to see it on camera, but you've got negative, positive, and then your signal cable. So negative, positive, and white is your signal. So you plug that into there. So unplug your fan. When you're programming, you obviously don't need your fan. If you're overheating whilst you're programming something, then you've got issues. So same inside here, you've got signal, plus minus. You put that in, then you power up your ESC, and that'll power up the screen here, and that'll tell you what software you've got on it, whether it's up to date, various things, and you can then click through your menu, change the value, and then press OK to save it. So you can do things like adjusting your brakes, reverse power, whether you want forward brake reverse, all these sort of options. The voltage going from the BEC, so you can turn it up to 7.4, and I think this one will kick out 20 amps from the BEC. It's 7.2 volts. Can't see the ampage on here, but can't see it on here, but I've definitely, it's something that I've read somewhere. But it's a pretty powerful BEC anyway. It's had no problems powering my 5th scale servos. So I will try and do another video on programming, but you'll have to bear with me with that, because I want to make sure that I'm 100% sure what I'm talking about before I start telling other people what to do. So the main thing is authorised distributor.